We can see SCB. Who is this? Oh, this is a Ripple partner. The Siam Commercial Bank, the biggest bank in Thailand, as we discussed many times, is creating a $600 million fund focused on blockchain and digital assets. I think crypto is the biggest thing that has ever happened and will continue to impact and ripple through every other technology that we know and love today, whether that be augmented reality, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, any type of data storage, anything. What's going on, guys? Kevin Cage here with another cryptocurrency update. This video is an absolute must-see. Let's dive right in. So we have Liz Klayman of Fox Business Network announcing the mystery guest, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. They're going to be discussing the crypto plans to win its lawsuit against the SEC. Now, what's so interesting is Brad Garlinghouse will be joining Mr. Charles Gasparino. This gentleman is of Fox Business News, and he specifically has been shining a spotlight on the SEC and Ripple lawsuit. And this is so good for the cryptocurrency space. We're going to emphasize this a little bit more, as we have for the past several years, but I love that he is showcasing some of the potential politics that could be going on behind the scenes. I know we'd love to speculate as much as we'd like to, but at the end of the day, we have to do the hardest part in investing, which is simply nothing at all and just waiting. So this interview will literally be at 3 p.m. Eastern, so hopefully I even upload this video on time, but yes, I know that the recordings will be circulating across crypto Twitter. In other news, China's central bank says all cryptocurrency related activities are illegal and vows harsh crackdown. Now, for anybody that's been in the crypto space, even since the last bull run 2017, we've seen not only China, but also India, one of the BRICS nations, officially ban crypto about a dozen plus times. Bitcoin has been dead hundreds of times per articles circulated by MSM. I'm just not fully convinced. Of course, I have a bias in this space because 1, I hold digital assets, and 2, I'm a believer in the adoption of this technology, so please do your own due diligence. Anything can happen, but just wanted to share the typical narratives. Now remember what we say on this channel. FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Although there is some fear that is actually true, FUD plus down price action, as we're witnessing with the market coming down, makes that FUD so much more powerful. It has the psychological trick that sometimes actually convinces people to sell the bottom of a trend. Not my cup of tea, but just wanted to emphasize that. Here's a quick year-to-date return on a variety of digital assets that have historical data dating back to at least the past several years. So these are the prices, or at least the year-to-date returns since January 1st. All I did is went to the daily candle for each of these assets since January 1st and have measured their percent return. Notice, Bitcoin, 45%. As you guys know, I couldn't care less about buying Bitcoin as a store of value. I know this is very unorthodox compared to most crypto channels. I'm not interested in trading Bitcoin at this point. It already had those 50,000 plus returns. It was one of the best performing assets in this entire century. What I'm looking at is other alts to maximize my returns. Yes, I know we're here for the tech to catch the wave, but I'm here for a return on my investment. Ethereum, almost 300%. And this is actually measuring to today's price, so I know we've crashed, but year to date from the high has been exceptional. XRP, 300%. ADA, Cardano, over 1,000%, 1,177%. HBAR, and I know this pulled back massively, so even this number is actually not that accurate. It was much higher compared to the all-time high this year, 988%. Algo, 452%. QNT, one of my bags. I don't even know how I'm able to hold this. I bought this at $5 in 2018. And yes, I did buy more along the way, so it's not like my DCA is right at $5. This one is one of those assets where I literally bought it and forgot about it. I don't even consider this part of my portfolio. I love this token. I know it's already at 3 digits, and we were predicting 3 to 4 digits a long time ago, but it's just crazy to see that that's happened already. And then DAG, 3,400%. And yes, this market cap is still very small in the scheme of things. And yes, I could include assets that I absolutely love and still have high hopes for in the future, just like API3, along with Casper, Casper Network, Casper Labs, CSPR. But frankly, these assets just don't have the multi-year historical data that I'm looking for price history to really gauge Fibonacci retracements. So I'm just making assumptions based at where I see them on the chart, but nonetheless, very excited. Here's a quick look at the NASDAQ before that giant crash that we had in the beginning of 2020. And since then, we actually have bust through those retracement levels and reached the 2618 extension, just showing you that these Fibonacci extensions and the Fibonacci retracement tool really does act like a magnet for price history. Here's Amazon stock as well, from the previous all-time high back in the early 2000s to the crash, and now using the 236 as the top to gauge that next impulse. And look where we are at, essentially for a period of consolidation and ranging before we got that next leg up. Literally along the 4.236. I mean, we hit it 1, 2, 3, 4, several times. And this is exactly what I was showing you that many digital assets do. Bitcoin has done this several times. Ethereum's done this. XRP has done this. QNT, DAG, all of these assets do follow some type of pattern and actually hit a lot of these extension levels in due time. Because I know in the last video we already highlighted a bunch of crypto examples doing this very thing. And yes, I do believe that the stock market and cryptocurrency market and all financial markets are heavily correlated. Liquidity begets liquidity. In other news, Coinbase Pro. Coinbase Exchange is launching price auctions. When launching new assets on the Coinbase Exchange, we'll be using a price auction to help price discovery, which creates a healthier market when trading starts. Very interesting. I'm a little cynical with this, but we'll see how it goes. And of course, you guys can check this out. It was actually on Coinbase's blog, and you can read more about that. FYI, this is RippleX, guys, formerly Spring, essentially hyper-accelerating the internet of value by making it easy for developers to build on the XRP ledger. They have an army of engineers building on the XRP ledger, and thanks to that great news of another central bank leveraging the XRPL with central bank digital currencies. You've heard the talks of cross-border payments, yes, wholesale, and now retail central bank digital currencies. Absolutely beautiful, and of course you can find out more at one of the best websites available. This is XRP Ledger, XRPL.org. And of course, the blog is right here, the new XRP Ledger version 1.7.3. And remember, the benefits of blockchain and Bitcoin, it's amazing, but at the end of the day, this technology pointed us towards DLT. And DLT, distributed ledger technology, is a broad term. And blockchain is just a subset, one little part of that technology of DLT, which is a much bigger ecosystem. But essentially, distributed ledger technology, what is it? A global database that has information, maybe transactions in this case, and a transaction can be any type of message. It could be birth records, accounting information, anything in between. And first off, the benefit is it's distributed. So it's not just in one single place where there's centralized risk and you could lose all of it. It's distributed across the globe and eventually maybe even interplanetary. It's trusted because we all have a copy of what is true on the said ledger. And it's open for all. Now, of course, there's actually privacy capabilities, just like on the XRP ledger, where you can have permissioned networks, aka private networks, and then permissionless networks, which are entirely open for all. And this technology overall, though, has opened the doors for a variety of new marketplaces, guys. Now we have NFTs. You have all kinds of things with DeFi, essentially people chasing better returns and getting liquidity from existing assets that are trapped capital. It's just amazing, and this is only getting started. We already talked about the total value of DeFi locked up is over $80 billion. $80 billion today in a crypto market that does not even have regulatory clarity. When there is regulatory clarity from the United States, unfortunately, the boss of the world, I believe the floodgates will open and we'll see trillions of dollars, not just 80 billion. I remember just a couple years ago, we were at 5 billion. Now we're at 80 billion. And in the years ahead, it will go 2 trillions. Of course, the total market cap today is just under 2 trillion. It was literally at 2 trillion yesterday. So really just want to emphasize that there's going to be many bubbles along the way. And yes, they get popped. There's the DeFi bubble last summer. There's the NFT bubble that pops. But the entire bubble of crypto assets and digital assets, tokenized securities, tokenized real estates, all kinds of NFTs is going to keep growing at large. So biggest emphasis is this, and I just tweeted this out. If you make 10x, literally 1000% return on your investment, and you refuse to even de-risk a little and take out your initial investment, that's all on you. I always do my best to de-risk, and I try not to give exact price targets for everybody because at the end of the day, you're going to have to decide for yourselves. We all have different situations, and we are all in different parts of this world. We can see another massive transaction has been moved, approximately 40 million XRP, approximately $39 million, so XRP just under $1. And this happened on the 23rd, so a massive amount of XRP moving from an unknown wallet over to Binance's exchange. So we'll keep a very close eye on that, and of course we can see even on the 22nd, Ripple was moving 20 million coins or tokens to Bitso. And Bitso, as we know, backed by some behemoths like Digital Currency Group, the epicenter of blockchain that invested in Ripple and HBAR back in the day, and also API 3. So definitely watching the ramifications of this, and as always, we watch when Tether continues to print money and also stops printing, and you can see how the prices of the entire market change. And we have right here by the Daily Hodl, after nailing Cardano's meteoric rise, Devere Group CEO unveils new predictions for ADA, Ethereum, and XRP on the 23rd. And remember, guys, for anybody that's done the research, we know that Cardano and XRP are, funny enough, some of the most highly correlated assets. How do you think I was able to track HBAR and Algo so damn close together? And right here, in quotes, according to most analysis, XRP could experience a breakout similar to that of Cardano over the next few months. So for me, as an investor, I'm looking at assets that have absolutely done a 100x return. XRP, since the beginning of the year, has only done a 300% return. I'm not attacking assets that have done a 100x in the past year and are already surpassing their all-time high. I continue to be stubborn and focus on assets that are below their retracements and are still cheap. And of course, XRP, a very well-known digital asset, one of the best in the space in my opinion. is still well below those retracements. At the end of the day, I expect many assets that are still well below their all-time highs to at the very least approach those 702s and even beyond the 1618 extensions from the all-time high price. We can see SCB. Who is this? Oh, this is a Ripple partner. The Siam Commercial Bank, the biggest bank in Thailand, as we discussed many times, is creating a $600 million fund focused on blockchain and digital assets and fintech. Interesting. I know we've seen them discuss XRP time and time again. Just wanted to highlight this and remember what I said in this video. Vested interests. We have this group, and of course, who invested in Ripple back in the day? A lot of behemoths, such as Standard Chartered and Santander. And some of the SCB 10x blockchain investments include Ripple, custody firm Fireblocks. Remember this name, we're going to be highlighting them a lot more in the future. Investment bank Signum, of course, and centralized crypto lender BlockFi. Now, BlockFi is essentially CeFi, centralized finance, instead of DeFi. DeFi will be Flare Networks, where it's just really peer-to-peer. BlockFi, Nexo, Celsius are CeFi platforms. They're just that middleman, that platform, just like a crypto exchange is a middleman for exchanging. BlockFi is just a CeFi provider that allows us to get other DeFi abilities, even lending out your tokens for an APR. And I've used Nexo in the past, and I've never taken actually a collateralized debt position, a CDP against my loan, but I know a lot of people and friends have. And provided you have the right risk management, you should be fine. Please don't be over-leveraged when you do take any types of crypto loans or CDPs. Getting over-leveraged, it'll wreck you, you'll go to zero, and it'll just not be worth it. So please be smart. In other news, Algorand 3.0 will be released to mainnet on September 29th. Very interesting, and you guys know I've been a fan of Algo since the beginning. Smart contracts can directly execute transaction on chains. A 16x increase in computation per account. Remember what we discussed well over a year ago with Algo specifically, talking about getting their TPS to be much, much higher and scale much more? Well, it looks like this is happening. And also we have Lark Davis, the Crypto Lark on Twitter, one of the biggest Bitcoin pages, right up there with BitBoy. And look what he's saying. What all of us in the XRP community and XRP YouTubers have been saying for the past several years, even David Schwartz, who probably said it well before all of us. And we've been saying this since the beginning, so it's good to see that they're actually hopping on board and realizing that all crypto holders have to band together, guys. Essentially parroting what all of us have said, we should all be rooting for Ripple to win their lawsuit with the SEC. Because if Ripple wins, it sets a very important precedent for crypto tokens in the USA. If they lose, it gives the SEC ammo to go after the majority of tokens listed on US exchanges. Why do you think I'm not in the stock market? One, it's at an all-time high price, and there's no opportunity. The ROI, the risk reward in crypto is a no-brainer, provided that you're buying established assets. And I've already shown you the year-to-date returns. Literally, DAG and HBAR were both at a penny, and they went up 40x. And that's without trading leverage. That's me just buying and holding something for several months and then it going. And during even DAG's run-up, people doubted it, buying it under 2 cents. It goes up, then it crashed 75%. People panic sold. I said I'm holding, and then it went up another 1,000%. Time and time again. And remember, FUD is powerful when it really shakes you out. Now, of course, I'm not telling anybody to buy assets at all-time high prices. As I've shared, I'm just focused on dollar cost averaging and XRP and a lot of other assets, even microcaps that are significantly lower. Now, I know I've said this before, I'm probably going to say this in the next video too, because these gentlemen are two of my favorite guys in this entire space, in the world of finance, in the world of crypto, and this is well worth your time. Please, please, please listen to this if you do have the time. Of course, we know Mr. Raoul of Real Vision Finance, Goldman Sachs, background of Goldman Sachs, lives on his own island, blah, blah, blah. And he is a global macro investor that I absolutely admire. And now we have Santiago. This gentleman, if you have doubt with XRP, listen to this gentleman. He likes XRP, he likes QNT of Quant, he loves Ethereum, and he was a nuclear engineer for 20 plus years. In this interview, discussing finance, DeFi, anything in between is mind-boggling. This is why I continue to just dollar cost average in assets that I believe in. He even talked about the probability of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, as he mentions, going to zero is extremely low. So the way I see it, and this is not financial advice, just for me, when I see XRP at $1 or 50 cents, to me it's just a no-brainer to dollar cost average and do what every amazing investor does. Buy something and simply wait and sell it at a higher price. It's not rocket science. And that's what I do, and most of us in the XRP community now understand the power because we were here buying and buying and buying when XRP was 20 to 30 cents. We're still sitting up 5x. Also, we have Monica Long, GM of RippleX for Ripple, on a mission to enable the IOV. And notice, so proud of our team for RippleX, working to build central bank digital currency private ledger for Bhutan's central bank digital currency pilot is the first of many to come. Sounds confident, and we're just getting started. Love to see it. And this is referencing their new central bank partnership. For anybody to be full on bear and think we go to zero, I don't get that. To be bearish and optimize your buy and buy at a much lower price, because you have long-term faith in this market, oh, I'm with you. There is nothing wrong with setting a lower limit buy by trying to make your money work for you in a smarter way and by being patient. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you actually believe that this market will not grow in the years ahead and have long-term faith in this technology getting adopted globally, I don't know what to say. I think crypto is the biggest thing that has ever happened and will continue to impact and ripple through every other technology that we know and love today, whether that be augmented reality, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, any type of data storage, anything. And last but not least, guys, remember, this is not financial advice. This is just one guy's opinion on YouTube. I do not buy Bitcoin, especially at these levels. I'm not really interested in it. I don't trade meme coins and gamble coins. I'm not even doing leverage trading or playing on BSC. I know some people made tons of money. I have friends that literally turned 3 grand into 50 grand like instantly. Not my cup of tea. I solely focus on well-established assets that are altcoins, that are well below retracements, that have years of historical data or promising roadmaps. I study their tokenomics, combining the fundamentals, common sense, patience. Understanding market cycles can take you such a long way, and everybody's research is different for them. So I encourage you to just keep researching, getting information from a variety of people. Different opinions are good to help you decide for yourselves. I do not buy tops. I try to sell every time there's some crazy parabolic candle that goes up, and I do not want to sell bottoms. After an asset's already down 90%, why would I want to sell that to try to buy back lower? Potentially, but that's not my style. I can read the charts and see the macro. I don't know what's going to happen in the short term, but when I can see the macro, I am beyond confident and I just wait to sell at a higher price. If the prices are low for a while, I just keep building my position whenever possible. I'm not investing with money that I cannot afford to lose, so it really takes a lot of the emotions out of it. So round and round we go. The money is in the altcoin market. So I'm excited to see Brad Garlinghouse on Fox Business and see what kind of ripple effect comes out of that. And just taking a look at just a few of these assets. I encourage you to go through the top 100 and look at their returns. Overall, this bull run since the end of 2020 has been amazing. Yes, there's crashes in every single bullish cycle, and we'll see if this is the end or if we are actually going to get another leg up from now until end of year. All links can be found in the video description of all resources that I actively use today in the cryptocurrency space, and until next time.